Indonesian fans. They are up for it today, but they've got their work cut out for them. When you look at the lineups, Thailand make 5 changes from the side that won that first leg. Manu Polking has restored many of what some would consider his first 11, or close enough as it were. Tiratan Bumatan returns from suspension. He is at left back. Paui will come into centre back after the injury to White, who's been fairly regular, Leslie Tristando and Wiratep. As I mentioned earlier, Elias Dola had that injury and came off in the first leg. Lots and lots of options though for Thailand, that's for sure. The 2 skippers here, Chanatip we mentioned earlier on his, and to the right, Asnawi, who has been promised a house if he can win this, along with Irfan Jai. They both come from the same part of Indonesia. Their governor has he would like to do that if they can perform something pretty outstanding this evening. And they'll have to do it with these players here. 3 changes made by Shin Tae-yong. There was lots of speculation as to whether Egy Maulana would start today. The answer is yes. Pratama returns from suspension, and the very pacey forward Ramai Rumakek also gets a starting place today. Looking at their formation, they are going with the 4-2-3-1. Ramai Rumakek, as you said, Ramai Rumakek on that left-hand side. Dedek Setiawan is still the preferred forward. And as we mentioned, the rather bizarre news that 4 players broke protocols and have not been included today. Rizky Ramadani was one of them, Elkan Baggett another. In fact, there were 2 Rizkys involved as well, and Victor Igbonefo was the 4th player. Edo Febriansha is on the bench along with Irfan Jaya, who will be quite the impact player, I'm sure, if he's called upon. There are the 2 coaches. It's been relatively well-intentioned, the press conferences between the 2 in the run-up to this final. And a moment of remembrance now for family, friends and colleagues, every person who has passed on due to COVID-19. We must remember, of course, in the backdrop of COVID-19, this tournament was postponed twice. But in the grander scheme of things, of course, there is still important to remember we're in the middle of a global pandemic. Faisal Al-Ali, the man in charge here from Jordan. Rish Roshan Rai, your thoughts on that lineup, on those lineups?
I'm enjoying this countdown actually. 3, 2, 1 before kickoff on this second leg. Yeah, looking at those lineups, I think with Indonesia here, it looks like a pretty attacking lineup, which you'd expect being 4 goals down. Obviously looking to try and start with a very quick tempo early on. It almost will be a 4-1-4-1, I think, at times, with Ricky Kambuaya and Witan Sulaiman allowed to get forward in support of Dedek Setiawan, especially when Indonesia are in possession of the ball. Egy Maulana, Ramai Rumakek. Egy Maulana playing on that right-hand side. Will be allowed to drift in onto his left foot. Ramai Rumakek, same, playing as those inverted wingers in those wider positions for this Indonesian team. For Thailand, I mean, it's still an incredibly strong lineup. We've seen the strength of their squad throughout this competition. When you look at Chanatip in there, Tirasin, Bodin, 3 players who I thought were brilliant in the first leg, and Supachok, who was the man of the match, deservedly so.
Brilliant, yeah. Someone who, if not for Chanatip's goals, might well be considering himself a contender for MVP. Remember, you need to score 4 goals minimum, 4 unanswered goals for Indonesians to stand any chance of seeing this through and potentially grabbing their first ever AFF Suzuki Cup. There's Tiraton, brought back into the side after his suspension was complete. That is a delightful ball into the path of Borden, who goes down, looks across at the referee. Nothing doing. The danger isn't over. A little cheeky touch on from Borden. Trying to tip, can't get there. Narubadin puts a cross in. It'll be a corner. Feels like it's the first leg again.
Yeah, you know, one of the great things about this Thai team is how they've started off matches, and here, a bit of contact there behind. Asnawi is on the wrong side of Borden. He's bearing down on goal. I don't think there's enough to give a penalty there.
Here's Tiraton on the right-hand side. Oh, he was getting involved. And now the counter. This is where Indonesia can be dangerous. Egy Maulana, goal here, would light the stadium up. Witan Sulaiman. Back to Egy. That's the fastest for Rahmat, but it's still with Indonesia. Asnawi. They know if they want to stand a chance, an early goal would really help their cause. There's that fine balance, isn't it, Roshan, of trying to go forward and force the issue, but not leaving yourself too exposed, because you know how dangerous the Thais are.
Well, that's right, and sort of they're trying to find that balance in the team, in the situation that they find themselves in. You see that issue there. They haven't been comfortable in possession when they've been pressed by Thailand. We saw that in the first leg where Indonesia were giving the ball away very easily, unaccustomed to the pace that Thailand want to play the game at.
Two not so great passes from Rahmat Irianto, and much has been made of the fact that his father was also an Indonesian international and played in the AFF Suzuki Cup final. That was back in 2002. And that was also against Thailand, by the way. And that's one of the more painful losses for Indonesia. They had to go to penalties in that one. His father missed a penalty in the shootout. And he got one better today. At the moment, it looks a very difficult task for Rahmat and co. Given away to Narubadin. Super chop. Brought down, he looks at the referee, arms stretched out, he's not interested. Pratama, so good to have him back inside on left hand. They looked a little bit vulnerable, didn't they? Particularly in the first 15 minutes on that Indonesian left-hand side, the Thai right.
That's right, they did, and it wasn't just on the defensive front, you know, going forward he offers a lot, and they didn't really have that outlet on the left-hand side in the first leg. They tried to change it up in the second. Alfiandra going to play out at left back. And while Alfiandra has been one of the outstanding Indonesian players for me, I don't think he was very effective in that position. A bit unfair on him.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's going to try and do his best for the team, but it wasn't very effective.
That's great work there from Asnawi. Get past Borden. Here's Witan Sulaiman.
That's another player, Witan Sulaiman, who just got crowded out in that first leg and didn't have any impact at all because Thailand was so determined to get players around him as quickly as they possibly could. And again, just there are three Thai players around him. On this occasion, he kept the ball really well with Tan. We spoke about development earlier and how these young Indonesian players playing in a big final for perhaps the first time at international level in these sort of conditions against a very experienced Thai team.
That's a good throw in, isn't it? Into the I think that's in Sulaiman. Outside was strong. It is going to be a corner.
Again, that added tactical value that Pratama Arhan brings to this Indonesian side with those long throws in behind.
Which was waiting,
just see the contact here.
Now there's more contact here, isn't there?
It's
the other one.
It's come off. It looks like it's come off Witan, so I don't understand how that's a corner. And it looks like he was actually bumped in from behind by Kritsada.
Not enough for a penalty, though, right?
I don't think so, but I don't think it's a corner as well.
Either,
It's come off Witan last. Anyway,
header. Here is Chanatip. Clearance by Narubadin. Trying to keep up this pressure. Here's Ramai, who's got the pace. Ramai.
That's the goalkeeper, keep it on target, and he tested Siwara, who on this occasion wasn't up to this challenge. It's a bad mistake from an experienced goalkeeper, but Indonesia won't care. Look at the defenders it's gone through. That's poor goalkeeping, doesn't get behind the ball at all, just takes his eye off it, perhaps careless from Siwara.
Only the second goal that Thailand have conceded in this tournament. Ball is given away. Here comes Tirasin Dunga. Can they hit back immediately? Nadio's down the way. And the resulting shot is then blocked for a corner, though.
He's been great, Nadio, in goal for Indonesia. Again, he had to be strong with that. He kept the shot out.
Well, this is end-to-end stuff early on. A perfect start for Indonesia, Wilson. This is what not only the Indonesians, but the neutrals watching this would want to see.
This is great. This is great for the final. I know it's not great for Thai fans out there, but the atmosphere around the stadium has been brilliant, even before kickoff.
Absolutely.
And from the Indonesian fans as well, a credit to them. They were loud, they were lively.
Tanawat, surely brought down. Rahmat went in hard. Everyone's blood is pumped up at the moment, isn't it?
Lovely work from Tanawat. It is a foul. He gets a second challenge in as well.
Follow-up could have been
from Didik.
Oof. Again, pretty much dead centre. You know, there's one player certainly going to fancy his chances, and he's right on the ball.
Remember the first leg when there were a couple of really good positions for Thailand for the free kicks. They've got another great position here, and this time they've got the specialist on.
That magic wand of a left foot for Tiraton. They will have been watching, I'm sure, his videos was in anticipation of what he wants to do, what he does with his free kicks.
Yeah, that was a great angle that we had, a camera angle that we had early on of the position of the wall. And when I actually I think there's going to be a need of
Aduh, jajan apa ya? Banyak banget promonya. Bingung pilih yang mana. Hitung. Mau untung? Nikmati paket ceria unlimited GrabFood. Non-stop gratis ongkir, plus bisa digabung dengan
And that really is the key for Southeast Asian players, and it's something that observers of Southeast Asian football, it's not something groundbreaking to say that Southeast Asian players need to go out and get out of their comfort zone and take their next step and try to play in a higher quality league. The ones that obviously have reached a certain level in the region are those players that I'm talking about.
And the ball's been won back beautifully. Look, it's Ricky Kambuaya trying to slalom his way through. Kind of went down, didn't he? In front of Tiraton.
Strong challenges coming in from both sides. Ricky Kambuaya has got this ability in him to just run past. I think that's a foul. There should have been a free kick to Indonesia. And then Egy strong with the follow-up challenge.
Shin Tae-yong said, "We will win this second leg." Didn't say by how many goals, and whether it would be enough to take them through to lifting the trophy. But he's given them this self-belief. He's maintained, even right after the defeat, and it was a disappointing game for Indonesia. But remember, they had two very, very good chances in that first leg. Here is Witan Sulaiman. Right on his own, he's got two players right on him. Now Tiraton.
You can sense that nervousness has gone out of this Indonesian team. They were so nervous in the first leg. They couldn't keep the ball under pressure, but suddenly they've got confidence now because they're in a situation where they can't really lose. If all goes down,
they have
there's no pressure.
Yeah.
But that shouldn't be the way. As they grow, as they develop, they should learn to play under that pressure.
Just got to keep their heads. There's flying in here. Back with Indonesia, Asnawi. Well, it's full-blooded so far. You couldn't ask for a better start to this match.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I mean, Kambuaya is really trying to single-handedly carry Indonesia forward. And he's, for me, been one of the best players in this Indonesian side as well. I know, talk about Witan, Nadeo, Pratama Arhan, Alfeandra. I'm now realizing I pretty much said the whole Indonesian team is the best.
Well, I think you pinpointed him in the first leg as the one who stood out for you, and you were surprised, even I dare say disappointed when he got yanked off, didn't you? Felt that he could have stayed on the pitch.
I was surprised that they took him off. Maybe there was a thinking that, you know,
for the second leg.
We will try to keep him fresh for the second leg. But look at how they're closing and pressing and harrying here, Indonesia. They're hungry for this. They believe now that they can get something out of this match. And for all those people out there who are saying, let's cancel the second leg, in jest, I'm sure, in jest.
There was a lot of that going on. Now,
I'm not quite sure they feel the same way about that now.
Absolutely. Glued to their screens, I'm sure. Here comes the Pratama Arhan special. With his long throws. They're usually flat as well. Plenty of pace on them. Egy Maulana got a little touch on. Now you're seeing Manu Polking there. He was just, again, gesturing to his players. Calm it down or slow it down. Both of them would work right now for them, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's right. So they're going to take as much time as they possibly can on these restarts. And you just saw evidence of that. The ball went on play. None of the Thai players really went off the pitch to take it. Mano took his time, walked to the ball, kicked it onto the pitch. But that's the key. That's being professional in these situations.
Tiraton's pass up top to Gordon has gone out of play. Catch a breath if you can. This is one of the few quieter moments in this match so far. 17 minutes have flown by in this AFF Suzuki Cup 2020 final, the second leg. Indonesia have scored a goal through Ricky Kambuaya. They need 3 more unanswered goals just to force this final to go into extra time, but the early goal is precisely what they would have wanted. The only 2 goals that Thailand have scored, that Thailand have conceded so far, have come off errors at the back. One against the Philippines, Manuel Beer's header is not good enough, slotted in by Reichelt. And here today, Siwadak. Some handling, poor handling in the shot. Chanatip has gone down, his boots off. He was in the press today, Roshan, talking about how players like him should be venturing out.
And he's absolutely right. Again, as his boot comes off there, you've seen his game step up to a different level, and you understand why, you know, what he's learned from his time in J1, how he's developed as a player over there on and off the pitch. Again, as I said, it's not really groundbreaking, I think, to say Southeast Asian players. The ones who have outgrown the region need to then take that next step.
What I thought was interesting in his comments was he's calling it a comfort zone.
And maybe perhaps for some players they are in that comfort zone, but I don't think it's exclusively a Southeast Asian problem. I think it happens in various parts of the world. I think in West Asia you see it as well, with players not, you know, wanting to take that step into Europe, comfort zone, and you see it with English players as well. You know?
Yeah, happy to stay in England.
Happy to stay in England.
And connected with that, he's picked out a couple of things. One is they're probably getting a decent domestic salary, and secondly is the language, which is always an obstacle, isn't it, as we see another foul on Chanatip. Shot, very good, and nicely done by Nadir. I think it just got everyone by surprise.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, with a bit of time and space, everyone was still reorganizing themselves defensively, gets the ball in space there. Nadir, thankfully for Indonesia, was alert to the entire situation.
That's the kind of thing that would really upset Shin Tae-yong, wouldn't it? Gotta be alert. Don't want to be giving away a goal in those sort of circumstances. Tiraton. Just opted to punch him. Perhaps he could have caught, but here come Indonesia now. Didik Setiawan is trying to get that up to Witan Sulaiman. They've opted to keep those 2 on that halfway line, haven't they? Witan and Ramai. Just on the off chance.
Well, they need to. They're in a position where they need to take a few, take more chances rather, more risk in this game. And just going back to the point about players going overseas, as we put it to us now, who's going to play in Korea, in K2, is, I know it's easy to say everyone should be going overseas, they should all be testing themselves at a higher level, where's the ambition, this, that, and the other. We also have to remember that we don't know what these players' personal stories are, how many people they're taking care of back home, and if they're making a good salary there, then you have to weigh that comes into it as well. And remember that players, you know, they have people to take care of, they've got families, as you see Super Chok, they're getting taken out.
Also, Roshan, you know, there's a lot of money they make outside through endorsements and all that kind of thing. See that challenge again from Alfiandra. So being in that particular country helps part of that, doesn't it?
Yeah, and so I think that there's a lot that comes into it. Of course, from a sporting perspective, you want to see them step up and challenge themselves and go to the next level. But sometimes it isn't as easy as just that. It's never just one thing.
And for every Chanatip who has succeeded, and same with his teammate Tiraton, they both succeeded at foreign level. A number of them haven't, as the ball comes in to the penalty area. Kambuaya tries to lead the counter-attack. Romakek is taken out there. But before that, referee is pointing to an earlier offence in the build-up.
Well, the first ball that came in from the first free kick, Bodin Pala was making that run into the box, and you just wonder again if that Indonesian defence had just fallen asleep for a second, because he was in acres of space. If he'd gotten the right touch, he was able to turn and face goal, then Indonesia could have been in trouble. But again, on the counter-attack, you see the threat that they pose, especially with Rumakek and the pace and directness of his running, causing a few issues for Pawi. He's able to skip past that challenge, and then a leg out from Pawi, taking him down.
They're not enjoying the pace coming at them at the moment, Roshan, the Thais. Perhaps we didn't see enough of that from the Indonesians in that first leg, only in little flashes where they did cause a few problems, not many.
Yeah, but said it earlier, they're looking a lot more confident. So again, you think about the story around the game. 4 goals down, second leg of the final, give it everything we've got. It's our last game here, we've got nothing to lose.
Absolutely.
Nobody really expects us to put in a challenge.
Rahmat tidak mengambil bola kini. Kita lihat ada Egy Maulana Fikri. Masih Egy ke depan. Witan Sulaiman. Ada Egy lagi. Masih Egy. Bukan terobosan tadi. Oh, apa yang terjadi? Bukan sebuah pelanggaran. Sangat baik tadi. Oh, putus lagi di kaki. Ada Rahmat Irianto. Ada Dedik. Ada Egy Maulana Fikri. Oh, salah tadi Egy. Umpan kini para pemain Thailand. Bodin Pala berusaha merebut tadi Egy Maulana Fikri ke belakang. Ada Kritsada. Thailand ke depan langsung. Arahkan kepada Terasil. Ada Tanawat. Diblok oleh Triki Kambuaya. Oh, ramai rumah kick sudah bermain. Bakti Bumaruk.
Betul.
Terasil dan Thailand. Ke depan langsung. Umpan terobosan. Offside. Sudah berada dalam opsi offside tadi Supacok. Alhamdulillah. Gagal tadi tekanan yang coba dilakukan oleh para pemain Thailand. Setidaknya memberi Indonesia sedikit aja sudah offside.
Betul, jauh sekali, dan memang ini memberikan nafas buat pemain-pemain kita. Tapi bagaimana pressure yang dilakukan, kepercayaan diri yang ditunjukkan oleh para pemain, menunjukkan bahwa kita punya peluang untuk bisa mencetak gol lagi, Bung.
Tendangan bebas Indonesia, Dewangga, pemain yang tidak tergantikan, sungguh tidak tergantikan. Asnawi, Dewangga, dan Ricky Kambuaya, 3 pemain Indonesia. Oh, panik juga mereka, Bung.
Betul.
Tekanan-tekanan coba dilakukan para pemain Indonesia. Inilah Pawi, pemain asal grup Rancaburi.
Salah satu titik lemah saya pikir Pak W, karena dia beberapa kali juga tidak terlalu baik dibandingkan dengan Bir atau bahkan ketika dibandingkan dengan Dula juga, Bung.
Yes, kemarin tentu saja pemain Thailand agak nyaman, sangat nyaman untuk bermain bola karena sedikit sekali pressure yang dilakukan para pemain Indonesia. Kali mereka mendapatkan pressure yang sangat keras dari para pemain Indonesia. Kita lihat Ahad Pratama akan melakukan lemparan ke dalam. Ada kita lihat 5 pemain Indonesia tadi di kotak penalti. Oh, jauh datangnya, langsung di kotak penalti. Oh, hai! Hampir saja tadi Fahrudin mampu menyundul bola, tapi Pawi juga sudah sangat siap untuk mengcover tadi pergerakan dilakukan oleh Fahrudin, tapi menimbulkan tendangan penjuru buat Indonesia. Ramai rumah kick nampaknya akan melakukan tendangan penjuru. Nampak pemain Indonesia menyerbu daerah pertahanan dari Thailand. Inilah Siwarak, penjaga gawang senior dari Thailand, memberikan aba-aba. Kita lihat ramai rumah kick lakukan sudah berbahaya di kotak penalti. Oh, disapu lagi, jatuh di kaki Arahan, masih Arahan, umpan kepada Witan Sulaiman, masih Witan, jatuh di kaki kita Dewangga. Oh, serangan balik kembali disapu lagi oleh para pemain Indonesia tadi. Canatif jatuh di kaki Asnawi, tendang Asnawi langsung jauh ke kanan, tempati oleh Fahrudin. Kembali kita lihat kepada Rahmat Irianto. Ada kita lihat Dewangga didatangi oleh Canatif, langsung ke depan, arahkan tadi kepada Ramai, jatuh di kaki Arhan, masih Arhan, langsung kita lihat, perebutan bola terjadi dengan terasil. Ada Ramai rumah kick, ada Ricky Kambuaya, masih Ramai Ricky, ada Egi Mauna Fikri, Egi pergelangan bola Egi, ada Asnawi datang mengcover dari Asnawi. Apakah pelanggaran justru dilakukan ke si Pacok terhadap Asnawi tadi? Tendangan bebas Indonesia. Dewangga langsung ke depan, arahkan kepada Arhan, coba melakukan tekanan bertubi-tubi para pemain Indonesia. Arhan Pratama langsung kepada Dedi. Dedi, padahal umpannya sangat baik tadi, Bung Maruf.
Iya, kita lihat bagaimana Dendik tidak kurang sedikit lagi dia bisa menyentuh bola harusnya.
Sayang timing dan feeling untuk melakukan heading. Gagal tadi. Dedi berharap peluang sangat terbuka tadi. Kini Thailand coba melakukan delay untuk bisa menahan gempuran. 51%. Sebuah ball position yang sangat baik dari Indonesia. Kini Thailand dari Krit Sadak di belakang. Pelan-pelan kepada Tanawat. Masih Tanawat. Siapa yang akan diberikan? Ke kiri kepada Teraton. Pelan-pelan membangun tekanan. Kembali bermain pelan-pelan untuk mengundang para pemain Indonesia maju. Teraton langsung ke depan, arahkan kepada Bodin, melewati Asnawi, sangat berbahaya. Tentu saja, awas, hati-hati. Masih Bodin Pala ke tengah, tempati lagi. Ada Tanawat shooting, berhasil diblok. Kita lihat oleh Dewangga dan datang dengan pelan ke arah penjaga gawang Nadil, meminta tenang para pemain Indonesia. Diberikan tadi instruksi oleh Dewangga, Bung Maruf.
Iya, kita saksikan bagaimana berbahayanya serangan balik yang dibangun oleh Thailand. Thailand juga berusaha untuk mendelay, memancing para pemain kita agak lebih keluar lagi ketika mereka mendapatkan bola. Tapi ini menjadi bukti bahwa kita sudah mulai bisa mengantisipasi dan kemudian meredam tekanan yang dilakukan oleh Thailand.
Indonesia, ramai rumah kick. Sangat baik. Witan Sulaiman, masih Witan ke kiri, tempat oleh Arhan. Masih pelan-pelan saja Arhan. Siapa akan diberikan? Mencari rekan yang kosong ke belakang, tempati oleh Rahmat Irianto. Masih Rahmat. Witan Sulaiman. Jatuh kembali di kaki atau di dada dari Arhan. Masih Arhan. Siapa akan diberikan? Ada Witan Sulaiman. Dihadapi oleh Pawi. Masih Witan. Datang membantu Narubadin dan membuang bola tadi keluar lapangan pertandingan. Thailand juga banyak celah yang sebetulnya bisa dieksplor oleh para pemain Indonesia, dieksploitasi oleh pemain Indonesia, Bung Maruf.
Dan kita punya ruang-ruang itu ya, ruang-ruang kecil itu bisa dimanfaatkan dan para pemain kita juga cukup tenang. Saya harus memberikan apresiasi pada Dewangga, berperan besar, Bung. Kemudian juga Rahan, bagaimana dia berperan penting di sisi fullback kiri Indonesia.
Lemparan ke dalam Indonesia. Kita lihat banyak pemain Indonesia menumpuk di kotak penalti. Ada sekitar 4 pemain. Egi mendapatkan panggilan dari wasit Ahmad Faisal Muhammad Ali, asal Jordania. Tetap saja masih unggul 4-1 Thailand. Indonesia harus menggempur Thailand. Arhan Pratama sangat baik tadi. Shooting langsung. Dan apa yang terjadi? Ada Ricky Kambuaya ke belakang. Pelanggaran, jelas pelanggaran dilakukan tadi oleh Bodin Pala terhadap Ricky Kambuaya.
pressure, tekan, tenang, kemudian memberikan tekanan berkali-kali. Dan itu menunjukkan, kita lihat bagaimana Thailand pun panik. Bagaimana Thailand pun harus melakukan pelanggaran di daerah yang sebenarnya cukup berbahaya untuk urusan mereka. Kita lihat jelas sebuah pelanggaran, karena memang Kamboja dalam posisi yang ideal untuk mendapatkan bola.
Pelanggaran yang cukup keras dilakukan tadi oleh Bodin Pala, pencetak 1 gol di leg pertama final Piala AFF 2020 kemarin. Tendangan tentu saja peluang yang sangat baik buat Indonesia. Kartu kuning Bodin Pala. Ada Dewangga, Asnawi, Gimolna Fikri, Siwarak meminta 6 pemain melakukan pagar hidup. Hanya berjarak sekitar 18 meter. 20 meter kita lihat dari gawang yang dikawal oleh Siwarak. Dewangga, pemain asal klub PSIS Semarang. 4 pemain yang melakukan pagar hidup. Mendapatkan peringatan keras tadi kita lihat Pawi dari wasit Ahmad Faisal Muhammad Ali. Dewangga, peluang sangat terbuka untuk bisa menciptakan gol. Sangat ideal sekali posisi dari Dewangga untuk melakukan tendangan bebas. Kita lihat ada satu pemain Thailand yang Canatif Songkrasin yang berbaring untuk mengantisipasi tendangan mendatar dari Dewangga. Lakukan sudah Dewangga, oh Tuhan,
Sudut,
hanya menghasilkan tendangan sudut tadi Bung Maruf.
Iya, tapi kita lihat bagaimana reaksi, antisipasi yang dilakukan oleh para pemain Thailand. Bahkan mereka pun harus berhati-hati. Ini seperti yang dilakukan Messi di PSG, Bung. Canatif Messi dari Thailand.
Ya, inilah sebetulnya respon dari pemain dunia terhadap aksi tendangan bebas Messi ya.
Betul.
Sehingga banyak pemain yang melakukan hal-hal seperti yang dilakukan Canatif tadi. Tendangan penjuru Indonesia, Arhan Pratama yang berpindah area kini di area kanan Indonesia. Ada sekitar 7 pemain Indonesia lakukan serbuan ke arah gawang dari Thailand. Ada Ricky Kambuaya sedikit mengganggu penjaga gawang. Mengganggu tidak apa-apa, yang tidak melakukan pelanggaran.
Betul, karena harus dilakukan dulu.
Arhan Pratama, oh pendek datangnya tadi, sangat tidak ideal tadi Arhan Pratama. Mencoba lagi Arhan untuk melakukan langsung lemparan ke dalam, jauh datangnya, oh dipetik saja, apa yang terjadi? Oh dicocok kembali dari para pemain Thailand, jatuh di kaki. Oh passing dari Rahmat Irianto tidak sempurna, tidak bagus sama sekali tadi Bung Maruf.
Iya, Rahmat Irianto kembali akurasi passingnya memang tidak terlalu bagus, tapi mungkin ini juga karena faktor dia panik mendapatkan pressure karena dia sebagai pemain terakhir sebelum menjaga Ronaldo. Dan kita lihat bola lepas tadi. Lagi-lagi ada peluang, ada celah dan ada kepanikan di barisan belakang dari Thailand.
Siwarak, pemain atau kiper berusia 37 tahun. Oh, sangat hebat tadi para pemain Thailand. Kembali putus kaki Asnawi, langsung ke depan. Egy Maulana Fikri, masih Egy. Keluar lapangan pertandingan. Inilah Sarah Chuyen, pemain yang juga tampil di SEA Games 2011. Saat itu dikalahkan oleh Indonesia dengan skor 3-1. Egy Maulana Fikri, oh Asnawi, sangat baik, masih Asnawi, didekat oleh Bodin, masih Asnawi, umpan ke kotak penalti, ada Kritsada Kaman, sangat tenang tadi kepada Bun Matan, langsung umpan ke tengah lagi, putus di kaki para pemain Indonesia, Witan Sulaiman tadi, Ramai Rumakik, Witan Sulaiman, Ricky Kambuaya, umpan kita kepada Dedik, dibuang kembali kita oleh Narubadin, jatuh di dada Arhan Pratama, umpan langsung di kotak penalti, dibuang kembali lagi. Gagal lagi tekanan-tekanan coba dilakukan para pemain Indonesia.
Ya, sebuah pressure yang sangat baik yang ditujukan oleh para pemain Indonesia, terutama lini tengah kita, sangat agresif, sangat mengantisipasi ketika ada kemungkinan bola kedua atau bola liar yang kemudian bisa diantisipasi dan bisa dimanfaatkan.
Arhan Pratama, ada Ricky Kambuaya, masih Ricky berusaha mengalih bola, ada Narubadin berduel tadi, sangat keras perjuangan Ricky Kambuaya untuk bisa merebut bola, tapi sayang 1000 kali sayang bola keluar lapangan pertandingan tadi. Bagaimanapun perjuangan sampai menit ke-37 ini sangat-sangat baik dilakukan para pemain Indonesia.
Iya, kita unggul gol, kita unggul penguasaan bola, kita juga unggul dari sisi peluang dan kemudian bagaimana penguasaan bola kita tadi jauh berada di atas dari Thailand. Saya pikir menjadi sebuah sinyal yang positif di awal pertandingan. Meskipun sekarang kita masih tertinggal agregat 1-4 dan kita lihat sebuah tembakan dari seorang Kambuaya yang kemudian membuka harapan, membuka asa, membuka mimpi Indonesia untuk bisa mengalahkan Thailand.
Ya, bagaimanapun kita juga sering mengalahkan Thailand, walaupun secara rekor kita masih kalah dari Thailand. Bagaimanapun kita, umpan terobosan tadi hampir saja lepas dari Kritsada. Masih umpan kita lihat lagi ada Witan Sulaiman meraih bola, masih Witan berhadapan dengan kita ada Pawi. Keluar lapangan pertandingan Witan. Sebuah serangan yang sangat-sangat baik dilakukan oleh Indonesia lewat kaki Witan Sulaiman, Bung Ma'ruf.
Iya, Witan Sulaiman sangat cair posisinya, kemudian juga speednya sangat baik dan kita lihat bagaimana agresivitasnya pemain kita, Bung. Ada 4 pemain sekaligus mengejar dan kita saksikan bagaimana Witan Sulaiman sedikit mendelay tadi dia maksudnya karena memang supportnya atau kemudian ruangnya agak sedikit tertutup.
Bagaimanapun pemain Indonesia memiliki kecepatan yang sangat baik untuk bisa mengalahkan back Thailand.
Betul, dan Pawi saya pikir memang menjadi salah satu titik terlemah, Bung. Sejauh ini dia berkali-kali berhasil dieksploitasi. Betul, harus sering ditekan. Panik dia.
Kambuaya kembali tekanan dilakukan Indonesia. Berusaha mengejar. Sangat baik tadi Fakhrudin. Ada Arhan. Ke depan langsung Arhan. Jatuh kali ke Tanawat.
Yes,
salah
panik.
Tadi kita lihat. Dedik. Arhan, Indonesia, Kambuaya. Keluar, Indonesia. Sangat baik, cepat langsung kepada Witan Sulaiman. Ada Kritsada, berusaha membendung bola. Langsung ke depan, langsung Kritsada mengamankan bola. Jatuh di Arhan tadi. Ada kita Sarah Cuyen, ada Bodin Pala. Dikejar oleh Asnawi, masih Bodin. Berduel kini dengan Asnawi. Datang membantu kita Teraton. Langsung Teraton berhadapan dengan Asnawi. Angkat ke gawang, berbahaya. Pelanggaran kembali dilakukan oleh Terasil. Biar bagaimanapun, meskipun dia tinggi, jika mendapatkan pengawalan dan gangguan, tidak akan nyaman dia melakukan umpan-umpan atau melakukan heading, Bung Ma'ruf.
Iya, intinya adalah bagaimana menutup peluang, menutup kemungkinan dia bisa begitu leluasa. Dan kita lihat bagaimana Dewangga yang secara postur, secara pengalaman kalah, tapi dia cukup cerdik untuk bisa menghentikan dan membaca arah bola yang datang kepada Terasil.
Ya, bagaimana lompatan heading dari Terasil Dangda sangat berbahaya, tapi gangguan yang diberikan oleh Dewangga membuat Terasil tidak sangat leluasa untuk bisa menyambar umpan yang diberikan oleh Teraton. Sebuah peluang yang sangat baik, tapi pelanggaran justru dilakukan oleh Terasil Dangda. Alexander Polking, pelatih berdarah Brazil Jerman yang sudah 2012 berada di Thailand, sehingga sangat mengenal persepak bola Asia Tenggara, Bung Ma'ruf.
Iya, dan karena itu ketika dia menangani Thailand hanya di bulan Juni, saya pikir dia sudah tahu betul bagaimana karakter para pemain Thailand. Dia tahu siapa pemain yang berkualitas dan dia tahu siapa pemain yang dipanggil. Yang menarik adalah dalam wawancara dia mengatakan dia sangat menyukai gaya main dari Pep Guardiola, tapi dia juga sangat suka dengan agresivitas dan kemudian semangat yang dimiliki oleh seorang Jurgen Klopp.
Kembali Thailand, Tanawat ke belakang pada Siwarak. Usaha bermain dari kaki ke kaki para pemain Thailand. Narubadin yang di leg pertama tidak bermain. Langsung ke depan, arahkan kepada Supacok. Gagal Supacok. Arhan dibendung tadi umpannya ke depan oleh Supacok yang mencetak 1 gol ke gawang Indonesia di final leg pertama.
Iya.
Gerakannya sangat luar biasa, Bung Ma'ruf.
Betul, sangat luar biasa dan memang sangat baik memang, dan kita lihat gangguan yang dikelola Dewangga. Dan memang kalau kita lihat bahwa Thailand juga mengubah gaya main mereka, tidak seperti di leg pertama, Bung. Mereka sekarang mencoba melakukan bola-bola daerah, kemudian bola-bola atas, dan itu sejauh ini bisa diantisipasi dengan baik oleh para pemain kita.
Nadia Margarwinata, gawang asal Bali United yang melakukan debut timnas di kualifikasi Piala Dunia 2022. Pelanggaran dilakukan oleh Pawi. Ini penampilan kedua Pawi di Piala AFF 2020.
Harus sering dipancing Pawi, saya pikir dia menjadi salah satu celah.
Titik lemah.
Betul.
Asnawi. Edik tadi. Asnawi. Kambuaya. Ke depan langsung. Ada Witan. Tuhan. Gagal menyambar bola karena memang bola sangat cepat untuk mengarah kepada Siwarak tadi. Jatuh lagi Asnawi ke depan, gagal memberikan umpan kepada Egy. Ada Teraton, umpan cepat kepada, sangat luar biasa tadi heading yang dilakukan oleh Fahrudin, sangat keras sehingga sulit tadi buat Bodin Pala untuk bisa leluasa mengontrol umpan yang diberikan oleh Teraton Bun Matak Bung Ma'ruf.
Kuncinya adalah pressure, kuncinya adalah tidak memberikan ruang, kuncinya adalah memaksa para pemain Thailand tidak bermain untuk bisa menguasai bola. Mereka harus mulai berpikir bahwa selalu akan ada gangguan dari pemain kita. Dan sejauh ini kita melihat bagaimana para pemain Thailand tidak nyaman ketika mendapatkan bola, tidak tenang ketika mereka melakukan serangan.
Umpan yang salah tadi kita lihat pemain Indonesia. Dan Nati pun agak ngeri sekarang untuk mengontrol bola, Bung Ma'ruf.
Panik, Bung. Kita lihat bagaimana mulai ada kepanikan, ada ketidaknyamanan karena beberapa kali dia berhasil diganggu. Pressure yang dilakukan oleh Indonesia, sedikit kenakalan yang dilakukan oleh para pemain kita membuat pemain-pemain dari Thailand tidak terlalu nyaman.
Kita lihat Dedik berusaha berduel dengan Pawi. Indonesia, Ramai rumah kick, sangat baik Ramai. Kita lihat ada Witan, Dedik, pelanggaran dilakukan pemain Indonesia nampaknya. Protes dilakukan pemain Thailand terhadap benturan tadi yang dilakukan para pemain Indonesia dan Ramai rumah kick. Pemain muda yang sangat-sangat luar biasa penampilannya. Beruntung Indonesia dan Persipura memiliki pemain muda seperti Ramai Rumakik, sebuah aset yang sangat-sangat potensial. Tapi tentu saja kembali lagi kepada pemain dan klub yang membina apakah akan tahan lama karir dia di tim nasional, Bung Ma'ruf.
Iya, dan kita harap bahwa pemain-pemain seperti Rumakik, seperti Dewangga, seperti Arhan terus bisa bersinar sampai kemudian di usia matang mereka.
Sarah Chuyen kepada Supacok dihampiri oleh Ramai Rumakik. Ada Narubadin, umpan kepada Supacok lagi, terus dekati, dipresi sangat ketat oleh Ramai Rumakik kepada Narubadin ke tengah, sangat berbahaya. Sarah Chuyen, kini kita Teraton kembali kepada Narubadin, masih Narubadin berusaha melewati tadi Ramai Rumakik, tapi gagal tadi kita lihat Narubadin. Pengawalan yang sangat ketat dilakukan oleh Ramai Rumakik, menyulitkan Narubadin tadi untuk melakukan umpan atau melewati Ramai Rumakik, lempar ke dalam Thailand. Hati-hati Indonesia, Narubadin langsung umpan, ada Dewangga melakukan intercept yang sangat-sangat cepat tadi sehingga gagallah pemain Thailand Terasil Dangda untuk bisa meraih bola.
Iya, kita lihat bagaimana Dewangga lebih nyaman sebagai center back, dia juga cukup cerdas untuk bisa membaca bola.
Hati-hati Narubadin, umpan di kotak penalti, sangat bebas. Alhamdulillah, gagal tadi Terasil Dangda untuk melakukan first time. Sebuah tendangan volley beruntung melambung di atas mistar gawang. Narubadin melewati Ramai, memberikan umpan matang dan hampir saja, Bung Ma'ruf.
Iya, selalu seperti ini ya. Situasi memang cukup sulit, cukup rumit. Ketika ada kesempatan pemain Thailand melakukan crossing, maka kesempatan itu datang untuk mereka bisa mencetak gol. Kalau ini tenang, kalau kemudian bisa berbuah gol, saya pikir akan menjadi lebih pressure untuk pemain kita.
Jangan dilupakan, Terasil Dangda adalah pencetak 5 gol ke gawang Indonesia. Pertama dicetak di tahun 2008 di semifinal leg pertama. Lalu di Piala AFF 2016 hat-trick diciptakan. Dan dia terakhir di final Piala AFF 2016 di leg pertama di Sadu Pekansari. Kini Arhan Pratama, umpan pada Ramai Rumakik, umpan lagi pada Witan, ada Arhan Pratama, angkat ke mulut gawang, ada Prince, ada Kaman membawa bola. Kita lihat ada Supacok, berusaha dia melewati Rahmat, gagal, ada Arhan Pratama, sangat baik Arhan, berhadapan dengan Supacok, Ramai Rumakik, pressure yang sangat-sangat ketat dan dilakukan para pemain Thailand, membuat sulit Arhan Pratama untuk berbalik badan tadi.
Iya, regrouping, kemudian juga transisi. Bagaimana kemudian coverage yang dilakukan oleh pemain, terutama Arhan ketika membantu seorang gelandang bertahan kita untuk bisa menjaga areanya.
Setidaknya Dedik harus bisa menjadi pemantul, Bung Ma'ruf, dari serangan-serangan yang dilakukan para pemain Indonesia.
Iya, dan sejauh ini kita belum melihat peran itu ya, Bung ya. Dedik masih terlalu asik dengan apa yang betul. Kontribusinya belum terlalu terlihat sejauh ini.
Jadi sungguh sayang jika dari lapangan tengah bola harus kehilangan lagi di depan. Narubadin, ada Pawi lagi kita lihat ke belakang kepada Siwarak, pendek saja pada Kritsada Kaman. Pelan-pelan para pemain Thailand coba naik ke atas, ada Teraton Bunmatan, berusaha pemain Indonesia menunggu di area tengah pada Kritsada lagi. Teraton Bunmatan kepada Tanawat, ada Narubadin melewati Ramai Rumakik, ke tengah Narubadin, ada Tanawat lagi, Bergeser ke kiri kepada Teraton. Teraton kepada Bodin Pala. Canatif Songkrasin. Tanawat kembali. Ada Teraton bermatan. Ke belakang Teraton. Pada Kritsada Kaman. Ada Sarah Chiyuyen. Pelan-pelan para pemain Thailand maju. Ada Narubadin. Hati-hati. Ramai rumah kick. Narubadin. Angkat dari kotak penalti. Ada Supacok. Hati-hati Dewangga. Sangat baik tadi. Handsball nampaknya dilakukan oleh pemain Thailand Sarah Chiyuyen. Bersama dengan itu wasit Ahmad Faisal Muhammad Ali dari Jordania telah meniup peluit panjang tanda pertandingan babak pertama antara Indonesia melawan Thailand pada final leg kedua Piala AFF 2020 dan skor tetap 1-0 Indonesia unggul sementara. Dan pemirsa, kami akan kembali ke studio bersama Bung Tio dan juga Bung Ma'ruf.
Mau bikin bakso? Gampang. Ada mie Toshiba CH 200 dengan nama terpisau menghaluskan daging dalam halus deh. Hasilnya kenyal. Enaknya dibikin gampang. Itu Toshiba CH 200.
Ada yang baru nih, sosis so nice, rasa otak-otak. Rasanya enak, gurih-gurih kenyal, berasa otak-otaknya. Buruan cobain, sosis so nice, rasa otak-otak. Baru, rasa otak-otak.
Yang spesial di tahun baru, komedi seru dijamin bikin ketawa. Siap-siap dihibur komika dan komedian terngakak. Ada stand up komedi, berita ucul, sampai komedi sketsa. Komedi Terapi Jiwa, 2 dan 23 Januari 2022, eksklusif di aplikasi RCTI Plus.
Penampilan yang begitu sangat menghibur dan luar biasa ditunjukkan oleh skuad asuhan dari Sintayong pada babak pertama leg kedua final AFF Cup 2020. Tidak mengizinkan Thailand untuk bisa mengeksplorasi dengan aman membawa bola dan mampu untuk bisa memanfaatkan peluang sekecil mungkin. Sesuai dengan apa yang tadi saya bahas dengan Haris Pardede, viewers. Bila Ricky Kambuaya harus bisa untuk berani melakukan tendangan dari luar kotak penalti dan tadi terjadi. Dan itu adalah gol pertama bagi Indonesia di babak pertama. Haris, sesuai dengan apa yang tadi kita bicarakan, yang kita obrolkan mengenai peluang yang bisa saja terjadi dan bisa dimanfaatkan oleh Indonesia, termasuk datangnya dari Ricky Kambuaya dan Ricky mampu untuk bisa memanfaatkan peluang itu.
Iya, penampilan yang sangat impresif menurut saya. Sangat luar biasa, sangat menghibur. Secara teknikal juga bisa dibenarkan, kemudian para pemain mengambil inisiatif ketika kehilangan bola, kemudian segitiga unit-unit kecil lalu mempressing lawan juga diperagakan. Pemain tidak gugup, tahu kapan melepas bola, tahu kapan menahan bola, dan yang terpenting adalah bagaimana seorang Ricky Kambuaya yang sempat tadi di bridging Anda katakan tadi James, ini mengambil kesempatan yang sering sekali sebenarnya dia miliki di laga-laga sebelumnya. Cuman biasanya dia sungkan untuk melakukan syuting. Tapi kita lihat entah apa yang dikatakan Sintayong ya sebelum pertandingan sehingga dia berani mengambil kesempatan ini. Dan ini kita lihat tendangannya tidak kencang tapi ada ruang, ada kesempatan, dia kolongin syutingnya, kolongin pemain lawan dan kiper nampaknya tidak menyangka atau sedikit terhalang oleh para pemain Thailand sehingga akhirnya kita bisa unggul di menit yang masih sangat muda, menit ke-7 dan membangkitkan juga semangat fans Indonesia di seluruh Indonesia atau dimanapun berada.
Betul sekali, dan tentunya dengan gol yang tercipta di babak pertama kita semuanya harus bersatu dalam doa, bersatu untuk bisa memberikan support apapun bisa terjadi di babak kedua. Toh juga Thailand pada leg pertama 1 gol di babak pertama. Kalau kita mau menggunakan filosofi cocok logi, bisa saja itu terjadi.
Sangat masuk akal ya, artinya tidak ada yang tidak mungkin. Memang kita juga dengan situasi yang sama seperti yang Anda katakan tadi, berbalik di pertandingan pertama kita ketinggalan 1-0 dan kemudian lawan bisa menambah gol. Seharusnya ya kita harapkan kita bisa terjadi walaupun tentu tidak mudah ya. Jadi masih ada PR di babak yang kedua, masih ada 45 menit yang harus kita manfaatkan untuk setidaknya mencoba menambah gol lagi di awal-awal babak kedua. Kalau ini terjadi maka saya yakin bukan hanya kita yang senang tapi juga para pemain mentalnya semakin meningkat dan pressure yang mungkin saat ini sedikit ada di pundak para pemain kita bergeser ke Canatip Songkrasin dan kawan-kawan.
Ya, kita lihat hari ini adalah statistik babak pertama. Kalau secara position memang tentunya kita berbeda dengan Thailand, walaupun tidak terlalu jauh-jauh banget, tidak seperti di leg pertama, dan secara peluang yang tercipta pun juga sebetulnya Thailand lebih mendominasi. Namun Indonesia jauh lebih efektif, dan saya rasa efektivitas yang ditunjukkan oleh Indonesia pada babak pertama wajib hukumnya untuk dipertahankan.
Iya, secara permainan saya pikir secara umum permainan kita sangat baik. Ya, dari lini belakang, Nadio juga tadi kita harus berikan apresiasi 3 kali melakukan saving. Kemudian juga Ricky Kambuaya dalam mengeluarkan bola sangat luar biasa. Tapi mungkin masalahnya lini depan. Finishing ini yang menjadi tantangan di babak yang kedua.
Permasalahan lini depan nanti kita akan bahas lebih detail lagi. Apa yang harus dilakukan oleh Sintayong, termasuk juga bagaimana caranya menghidupkan lini serang dari Indonesia. Jadi, viewers jangan kemana-mana, kami akan segera kembali setelah yang satu ini. Tetap bersama kami.
Mau bikin bakso? Gampang. Ada Mito Chiba CH 200 dengan nama terpisau, menghaluskan daging dalam hitungan detik. Halus deh. Hasilnya kenyal. Enaknya dibikin gampang. Itu Chiba CH 200.
Aku juga pengen kamu tahu kalau ya aku pengen kita ngebangun hubungan.
GR banget. Gue kira gue mau gitu pacaran sama lo.
Aku nggak peduli kamu mau ngomong.
Ada yang baru nih, sosis so nice, rasa otak-otak. Rasanya enak, gurih-gurih kenyal, berasa otak-otaknya. Buruan cobain, sosis so nice, rasa otak-otak. Baru, rasa otak-otak.
Aku juga pengen kamu tahu kalau ya aku pengen kita ngebangun hubungan.
GR banget. Gue kira gue mau gitu pacaran sama lo.
Aku nggak peduli kamu mau ngomong.
Mau bikin bakso? Gampang. Ada Mito Chiba CH 200 dengan nama terpisau, menghaluskan daging dalam hitungan detik. Halus deh. Hasilnya kenyal. Enaknya dibikin gampang. Itu Chiba CH 200.
Terima kasih Anda masih bersama dengan kami tentunya di final leg kedua AFF Cup 2020, dan juga tentunya di sini saya ingin mengucapkan terima kasih untuk Bang Jago, Bank Digital paling jago se-Nusantara, bikin mengelola uang lebih mudah, inovatif dan kolaboratif yang telah mendukung pertandingan final Indonesia melawan Thailand di hari ini. Final yang begitu menarik di leg kedua. Kita tahu bila Indonesia masih punya peluang seperti yang tadi saya bicarakan dengan Haris Perede, bahwa apapun bisa terjadi babak kedua asalkan Indonesia mampu untuk bisa mengerjakan PR babak pertama yang sekiranya bisa saja terjawab nanti apa yang mungkin masih menjadi kekurangan Indonesia di babak pertama tadi di lini serang. Haris Perede.
Jadi kita berpikir simpel dulu. Yang kita butuhkan kan gol. Sudah jelas. Berarti kita harus melihat kepada striker. Dan jujur saya harus mengatakan di babak pertama, 4 menit pertama Didik tidak memberikan kontribusi yang sesuai yang kita butuhkan. Para pemain lain rumah kick kita lihat sampai dia harus terjatuh ya di tackle pemain lawan. Ricky Kambuaya juga sudah kita sebutkan berkali-kali. Witan melakukan pergerakan yang akhirnya membuat Ricky bisa melakukan syuting. Mungkin sedikit catatan Egy, tapi saya melihat Dedik ini posisi yang seharusnya mungkin bisa dikoreksi di babak kedua awal. Tidak banyak waktu tersisa, tidak banyak kesempatan yang tersisa juga di babak yang kedua ini. Waktu semakin sempit, kita butuh 3 gol setidaknya, walaupun itu susah tapi kita berusaha. Dan kalau catatan saya adalah Dedik mungkin harus diberikan atau ditarik keluar dulu, digantikan mungkin pemain lain. Mungkin Ezra, ya mungkin Kusero Yudo, tapi intinya adalah di babak pertama dia tidak perform. Berikan kesempatan bagi pemain lain dari bangku cadangan yang mungkin punya motivasi lebih untuk bisa menyumbangkan kontribusinya dalam bentuk gol-gol yang kita butuhkan. Iya,
kontribusi dari Dedik mungkin berbeda dengan apa yang ditunjukkan oleh Rame Rumakik, Haris ya. Karena tadi kita sempat melihat ketika over di saat Indonesia mampu untuk bisa mengeksploitasi sektor kanan pertahanan dari Thailand, Rame Rumakik mampu untuk bisa dengan sangat baik berkolaborasi dengan Ricky Kambuaya.
Betul. Saya pikir kuncinya Rumakik adalah dia mengacak-acak ya pertahanan dari Thailand. dengan speednya, kemudian juga Ricky Kambuaya lebih kepada mengontrol tim, Witan menciptakan peluang, jadi cukup oke. Tapi memang sekali lagi masalahnya di sektor finishing. Kita lihat di sini pole position tidak terlalu berbeda jauh, bahkan juga sebenarnya, nah ini membaca statistik ini harus hati-hati. Pole position kita memang 48%, tapi mayoritas di sana kalau kita lihat secara kasar ada di wilayah pertahanan lawan. Nah ini yang membuktikan, jadi 48% kita lebih berbahaya ketimbang 52% kita. Cuman kita lihat hanya satu shot on goal yang bisa kita ciptakan, sehingga jelas sekali dari statistik, dari permainan, kita butuh pemain yang bisa menciptakan gol dan itulah yang kita butuhkan di babak yang kedua untuk menaikkan mental para pemain. Seandainya saya berharap pada babak 2 awal kita bisa mencetak gol cepat, wah ini meningkatkan lagi mental para pemain dan juga kita yang di sini mendukung akan lebih riuh melihat kalau kita bisa mencetak gol kedua.
Tadi saya sempat mengatakan di awal bila apa yang ditunjukkan oleh para pemain Indonesia ketika melakukan high pressing, mereka mampu untuk bisa memberikan tekanan yang sangat-sangat ketat bagi para pemain Thailand. Para pemain Thailand pun juga tidak bisa untuk mengkreasikan serangan, bahkan juga tidak aman ketika membawa bola. Hal tersebut berbanding terbalik di leg pertama. Hari saya melihat di leg pertama Thailand lah yang melakukan itu, tapi di leg kedua ini Indonesia yang mampu untuk bisa menggagalkan setiap peluang ketika Thailand melakukan recovery.
Menurut saya ada dua faktor. Pertama adalah ada sedikit underestimate dari Alexander Polking dengan mengganti atau membongkar habis dua fullback mereka, Philip Roller dan juga Tristandu, ya digantikan oleh dua pemain baru mereka, cadangan mereka yaitu Narabudin dan juga Teraton Bumatan. Ini saya pikir juga agak sedikit membantu ya, membantu kita dalam membuat mereka tidak nyaman. Tapi kedua yang Anda katakan tadi juga mereka tidak kita juga bermain sangat dalam unit kecil kita mempressing mereka. Jadi ini kelebihan kita sehingga membuat lawan tidak terlalu nyaman.
Betul sekali, dan ditambah lagi juga sebetulnya selain penampilan yang begitu sangat sporadis dari para pemain kita perlu memberikan apresiasi juga dengan kekuatan fisik ya dari para pemain Indonesia. Kita tahu bila dari babak pertama tadi beberapa pemain dari Thailand mencoba untuk melakukan permainan yang cepat, termasuk juga menyisir bagian kanan pertahanan dari Indonesia. Di sana ada Asnawi Mangkolam. Tadi Anda pun juga mengatakan bila Asnawi ini kalau seandainya dia tidak memiliki kekuatan fisik yang bagus, mungkin saja babak kedua dia bisa habis staminanya, tapi itu tidak terlihat.
Iya, saya pikir kalau Asnawi ini pemain yang saya pikir sudah teruji ya fisik ya dan endurance-nya. Tapi bagaimana dengan pemain-pemain yang lain, terutama Rahmat Irianto. Di babak pertama Rahmat Irianto bagus menurut saya, tapi kita berharap pemain yang lain juga tidak seperti yang saya katakan di awal bermain on perform hanya 60 menit atau bahkan 70 menit. Karena sekarang kita butuh benar-benar total war 40 menit kedua kita harus all out attack, tidak ada pilihan lain. Buat apa bertahan? Menang 1, menang 2, bahkan menang 3 saja nggak ada artinya. Sehingga ya hajar aja. Ya paling nggak kita menyuguhkan permainan yang bagus. Syukur-syukur tadi kita lihat di babak pertama kita bukan hanya unggul, tapi juga bermain sangat efektif dan juga baik. Tapi belum cukup baik untuk bisa membalikan kedudukan 4-0. Nah inilah kesempatan babak yang kedua.
Iya, Indonesia memiliki kesempatan, bahkan juga sebetulnya kalau tadi saya juga mengatakan bila Indonesia mampu untuk bisa mempertahankan performa yang di babak kedua, bukan tidak mungkin, apapun bisa terjadi. Bahkan juga sebetulnya yang betul-betul menghibur kita berdua di studio adalah bagaimana kembalinya pertama Arhan. Dia menjadi salah satu pembeda yang begitu luar biasa, kontribusinya sangat terlihat. Bayangkan, Haris, dia masih muda tapi ternyata mampu untuk bisa menunjukkan permainan yang dewasa. Hal tersebutlah yang layak untuk bisa dikembangkan lagi dari para pemain muda yang kita miliki.
Iya, ini kita lihat ya bagaimana pemain yang satu ini membuat bek kanan dari Thailand ini tidak bisa leluasa ya, seperti ketika ada Philip Roller di sana. Narubadin benar-benar apes dalam tanda kutip ketika ditampilkan harus berhadapan dengan Pratama Arhan yang kembali luar
juga bermain dan kini ditampilkan di pertandingan babak kedua di leg kedua. Teraton Burmatan, Itiwat dan namanya menggantikan posisi dari Tanawat. Itiwat ke belakang, masih unggul sementara Indonesia 1-0 adalah Weratep yang menggantikan posisi Pawi yang memang menjadi titik lemah.
So the mission here, Roshan, 3 more goals for Indonesia. 3 unanswered goals as well, we have to be clear. Adisak, first touch for the new forward, Borden Pala.
Adisak menciptakan 1 gol saat kualifikasi di Sadar Al Maktoum yang berakhir imbang 2-2. Teraton berhadapan dengan Asnawi. Masih Teraton kuasai bola. Bodin Pala ke belakang, ada Weratep. Kembali kepada Teraton, dihadapi oleh Egy Maulana Fikri. Umpan ke belakang kepada Sanatip, sangat berbahaya. Luar biasa tadi cover yang dilakukan oleh Asnawi menyulitkan.
Perhaps another goal would have just given that extra bit of belief, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would have going into halftime with 2 goals. Giving them a big boost coming into this second 45. Would have made it a lot more exciting for us neutrals as well, and for Indonesian fans here in the stadium and out there watching along.
Here is Chanatip. Back to Borden Pala. Back to Teraton. Itiwat, ball across. It's just too close to Nadeo. No way that Chukchuk's going to get to it.
Canatip untuk memberikan umpan.
Iya, duel 2 kapten, duel 2 pemain yang kita harus akui secara kualitas mereka cukup bagus. Kemudian duel 2 pemain yang bermain juga di kompetisi di luar dari kompetisi domestik. Satu bermain di Korea, satu lagi bermain di Jepang.
Kembali Canatip Somkrasin, ada Bodin Pala, kembali pada Teraton. Canatip 1-2 dengan Bodin Pala ke tengah. Ada Teraton, umpan kotak penalti, ada Itiwat, sangat berbahaya. Dipotong saja dengan Nadio, sangat baik tadi.
Iya, sejauh ini penampilan Nadio juga cukup bagus ya Bung ya. Tadi dia juga melakukan penyelamatan penting, save 2 save setidaknya di babak pertama.
Thailand berusaha membangun tekanan dari kanan kini, ada Bodin Pala, ada Teraton. Umpan tadi ke Bodin dihadang oleh Egy Maulana Fikri.
Thailand menurunkan tempo. Thailand mencoba untuk sedikit memperlambat tempo permainan dan itu Indonesia sejauh ini agak sedikit terbawa dan Indonesia belum mendapatkan bola.
Bukan sebuah pelanggaran. Hati-hati, Bodin Pala terus di-cover oleh Fahudin. Dihentikan oleh Egy Maulana Fikri. Yang salah Egy maksudnya kepada Witan Sulaiman. Yang nampaknya Egy kini bermain agak ke pinggir sedangkan Witan lebih di tengah, Bung Maruf.
Iya, kalau kita lihat sebenarnya pakemnya adalah Witan justru memang menjadi penyerang ya. Dia bergantian posisi dengan Dedik sehingga Egy yang lebih bermain lebih banyak melebar.
Sulit tadi buat Adisak yang juga bermain di Piala AFF 2016. 2 kali sebagai pengganti di 2020 ini saat melawan Singapura dan Timur Leste. Asnawi, umpan jauh ke depan. Kontrol yang baik dari Kritsada. Supacok sangat baik. Arhan Pratama tepat para pemain Thailand. Salah Chuyen tadi kepada Itiwat. Berusaha mengepung para pemain Thailand. Bodin Pala. Umpan langsung. Oh, hati-hati Indonesia. Saat Supacok, sulit Supacok tadi untuk bisa melepaskan dari pengawalan yang dilakukan oleh Ramai Rumakik.
Iya, Ramai Rumakik melakukan penutupan dengan baik ya. Supacok sempat bisa mengontrol bola, tapi kemudian kita saksikan Ramai Rumakik menunggu momentum dan kemudian menutup ruang. Ini cerdik menurut saya, memang ini harus dilakukan. Menutup ruang tembak saja, dan kita saksikan cukup baik apa yang dilakukan oleh Rumakik dan cukup kuat dia melindungi bola.
Luar biasa apa yang dilakukan oleh Ramai Rumakik.
Betul.
Dewangga, Indonesia dari bawah. Umpan jauh ke depan, arahkan kepada Dedik. Bisa dikejar oleh Dedik. Bola langsung jatuh ke pelukan penjaga gawang si Warak. Thailand merupakan juara 5 kali Piala AFF. Sedangkan Indonesia ada 5 kali runner up Piala AFF. Adisak, Canakip Songkrasin dari tengah Thailand. Adisak kembali. Supacok ke belakang, ada Naru Badin, Sarah Chiyuyen, Weratep, Pitiwat, masih Pitiwat, umpan Canakip tadi. Data kita lihat sangat baik, Fahrudin. Oh, luar biasa, Egy Maulana Fikri, Witan Sulaiman. Pelanggaran jelas sangat keras tadi dilakukan oleh pemain Thailand terhadap Witan Sulaiman.
Ini rugby nih. Kartu saya pikir. Kartu ini.
Sangat keras tadi dilakukan pemain Thailand dengan siku perut Ricky Kambuaya.
Betul.
Protes keras memang kita lihat. Wow, sangat keras dilakukan oleh Weratep. Masih kartu merah ini Bu Maruf. Miss. Weratep dengan sangat keras. Tapi wasit Ahmad Faisal, apakah memberikan kartu kuning? Hanya kartu kuning buat Weratep.
Kita lihat.
Selamat Weratep dari kartu merah. Wasit tadi Ahmad Faisal hanya memberikan kartu kuning.
Terlalu sering jauh dari momen, Bung. Saya pikir beberapa kali memang. Tadi ketika penalti dia juga agak sedikit jauh dan di belakang.
Egy Maulana Fikri, Indonesia coba melakukan tekanan. Witan Sulaiman, Ramai Rumakik. Dedik! Oh, sayang Tuhan. Dedik gagal. Kembali gagal Dedik. Dan sangat baik Bung Maruf.
Iya, kita lihat bagaimana tadi Denik sudah mulai dengan baik merebut bola. Rumakik memberikan bola. Oh, masih dipotong tadi.
Supacok, Narubadin, usaha mengepung Thailand, Sarachuyen. Supacok, Teraton Bermatan, berputar-putar Teraton. Balik pada Supacok, ke belakang Supacok. Weratep, Pitiwat, masih Pitiwat, kembali kepada Weratep. Umpan jauh Weratep. Ada Narubadin, Sarachuyen, umpan terobosan sangat berbahaya. Narubadin, antisipasi yang baik. Dan kali ini di Piala AFF di final leg kedua mampu mencetak gol juga ke gawang Indonesia dan penjaga gawangnya juga Nadeo, Bung Maru.
Betul, ini memang Nadeo juga sempat di awal-awal ketika di kualifikasi dia sempat berpegang kritik karena terlalu banyak bola yang bersarang. Tapi kalau kita lihat sejauh ini bagaimana dia juga melakukan penyelamatan penting sebenarnya, tapi tepisan bolanya memang justru mengarah kepada Adisak.
Sangat bebas tadi Adisak. Kraisom, pemain berusia 30 tahun, postur 182 cm, asal klub
Would you say that certainly the substitutions, or at least a couple of them, would have been a reaction to what they experienced in the first half? Ball to him from Superchop. Which is clear. And one of the players of the tournament for Indonesia. Irfan Jaya. Now what or who will they sacrifice? Could be like for Didik and Anis. And might Ramai also have to make way. Well, it's very loud and celebratory in the blue part of the stadium, as you can imagine. Celebrations have certainly started. Brilliant to see. So it is indeed Hannes coming on for Didik Setiawan. And Ramai makes way for Irfan. That's between those two, they tend to flip with each other. But Irfan is an explosive player himself. And he gets you goals.
Yeah, he does. And he's been a good contributor for Indonesia in terms of his attacking output. Irfan Jaya. Pitiwat coming across and showing his power and strength. It's won back well by Witan Sulaiman.
Was that a foul? Was that a foul? Irfan can't believe it.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure that was enough for a penalty. They give it a clever pass in behind Kritsada, and then arm across. Perhaps another referee on another day would have seen that arm across and felt that Irfan Jaya was being taken down by Kritsada.
You always run that risk, don't you? When you place your hands on the opposition. Here's Ricky Kambuaya. Nice little touch on to Witan Sulaiman. Easy. Siwarak. And there's a big roar of approval there from Siwarak, who will probably be the most happy and relieved person in the stadium, Russian.
Yeah. Upper gear. I think if they need to, the changes that were made in terms of the personnel, but also just that sudden change in the tempo of their play with the ball. The fact that Indonesia, I think, had just dropped off at the start of the second half and gave Thailand the time to get the passing rhythm going. It was back to that passing move and some wonderful movement off the ball. And then the finishing has been clinical. Fortunate at times, sure, but still they've got the job done.
Oh, lovely work down that left-hand side. Here's Pratama Arhan. Looking to get that into the path of Hannes.
This guy is a rock. He's been an absolute rock at the back for Thailand. Kritsada. Pratama gets his head up looking for Hannes in the 6-yard box. But Kritsada's there. Reads danger early. Couple of quick steps across to cut out that attempted pass from Pratama into Hannes.
Hannes would have in good position there to have scored his first ever goal for Indonesia in his 4th appearance. The youngster, 22 years of age, as with so many of these players. Oh, not that far away. And another player who has impressed, Alfayandra.
Changing the corner routine up there with Pratama Arhan, receiving pass from Irfan Jaya. Like how Alfayandra just looks to run onto this. Unlucky.
Alfayandra plays like a grizzled veteran. He's 20 years old.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the big differences between, I know people look at this and say Indonesia headed towards another AFF Cup final defeat. The sixth in the history as a nation in this competition. But the difference, I think, between this side and perhaps previous sides is that it's a very young team across the board.
Yeah.
They're only going to sort of grow together as a generation, as a
Sandanga, the most shots final today. Here's Egi, foul on him. Now Petiwat quickly shuts his opponent.
Yeah, you just hope, as I said earlier, that this Indonesian side are allowed to develop together, grow together over the next few years, and that Young is given a chance to do his job properly. You know, Southeast Asian football needs a strong Indonesian national team. I think the more you have the likes of Thailand, you have Vietnam now who've stepped up to the plate and challenging the big boys in Asia. The more you have competitive teams, and you hope that Indonesia can join in that. Malaysia trying to step up to that level. The more you can have these teams competitive of a similar sort of level, that helps to generally grow the game in the region as well.
And here come Thailand. It's quite the run, isn't it, that from Superchok. Stopped in his tracks, it will be a corner. Asnawi quickly puts it there in the quadrant.
Bodin again, wonderful skill. A bit of trickery. Snawi eyes on the ball all the way, intense, focused. Makes a good tackle.
He wasn't one that was nailing down a regular starting place in this lineup. Bodin Pala. He certainly grabbed this opportunity. Short one to Chanatip. So he could still go for that top scorer award. Here's Wiratap. Dropping. What that goal, of course, has done, Roshan, with about, it came with about half an hour or so more to go. Kind of killed it off, didn't it, really? That it's difficult, isn't it, for the Indonesians after this? It's a sucker punch.
It is. But it's a credit to Thailand how they responded. I mean, no, I don't think it was the best of first halves, but again, they were only a goal down on the night, 3 up on aggregate. But the second half response, the changes that they made, the control that they've now asserted on the game, they've regained that element of dominance, the element of control. It's put them in such a good position.
Here's Chanatip. They might be hungry for a few more. Back to the Thai skipper. Right by Fakhruddin. Now Kritsada. How will they play out this next 25 minutes or so? Ties. Bodin. Now Supachok. Marubadin getting in on the act. Bodin goes down, play continues. And Indonesia giving away. They're boxed in at the moment.
Yeah, they can't get out. Just the control from Thailand. They've got bodies around. Every time they lose the ball, players are in close contact with each other. Nice close connections to link those passes, and when they lose it, they can press together as well. Saraj busy in the center of the park, linking those passes together. Here he is involved again. He's gone from left to right, back in through the middle board, and this is how they've moved Indonesia around.
Chanatip shot, blocked by Fakhruddin.
When they lose it, they pressed and won it back. It was Chanatip who pounced on that loose ball, that loose pass from Indonesia.
Oh, he's ridden out one challenge, Chanatip.
Can't touch them at the moment.
Good to see another player who's been on the fringes here, Sivakorn, about to come on. It's going to be Philip Roller, who's actually very, very good, isn't he? Whenever he's had the opportunity.
And Saraj has had a very good second half, being that connector in midfield. He's decided to sit in the middle of that back three, take a bit of a breather.
Slip through, Narubadin. Who's going to get rid of it? And that shot from Chanatip is blocked. He's got a big smile on his face, hasn't he? Mano Polking. And now that change to be made.
Yeah, they worked this opportunity so well again. In possession, patient, until the key moment, until the key pass, until they find that breakthrough in behind. He's crying out for that cutback. The defense had dropped off. Almost invented a new word there, dropping off. Dropped off onto the edge of the 6-yard line.
85% passing accuracy. Chanatip's had more touches in the second half. He certainly got more involved, and I think this is where Roller rather play Roshan a bit further up the pitch. Very offensively minded player, isn't he? Can't be easy if you're Asnawi now. You've got Tiraton and Roller, but it might just also allow Roller to, well, Tiraton's going infield again a little bit.
There you go, pass, move, next connection. Players moving into spaces, so the options for the play on the ball and the composure being shown. Challenges coming in, they're being put under pressure, but they're hanging on to it. Thailand, and they played their way out of this press incredibly well again.
Beautiful. Look at that space that Chanatip was in. Ball up to Supachok. Waits for Adisak, but it's going to go to Narubadin. Supachok. Chanatip. Last ditch from Asnawi. Here's Roller. Just come on. A player from Port, born in Munich. Moved to Thailand. 2017. Tiraton is brought down now.
They're frustrated now, these Indonesian players. And Tiraton, he saw that challenge coming from a mile away. He knew it was coming. Just took the contact. And that's experience from Tiraton. See, he's got his head out. He knows the challenge coming, release, and he just jumps, gets himself out of danger's way, out of harm's way, but still takes the contact.
Yeah.
Chanatip wasn't happy. And I think Chanatip's been given a yellow card as well. For his part in that, running over to have a word with the referee. You can't believe it.
He's not happy with that decision. So both skippers have gone into the book. Clever play there from Tiraton. So a change that we've seen very often. One of the most senior players in the squad, Evan Dimas, replaces Rahmat Irianto, who, like his father now, it would look like both of them have unfortunately lost in the Suzuki Cup final against Thailand. Back to Kritsada. There's confirmation of that booking on Chanatip. Adisak Kraison. Now Narubadin. Oh, almost, wasn't it? Adisak. Thailand look hungry for more. Wiratep. 64% now. They've certainly asserted themselves a lot more in the second half, and a big credit there to the changes that Manam Polking made, just to make sure that they could kill off the momentum. But not only that, they have gone on to score 2 goals. Waller's gone over to that right-hand side for a bit. We talked about this youthful side, Roshan. Are we thinking now in the next Suzuki Cup or the one after, this is when they really come into their own, Indonesia?
Well, I think they certainly be favourites, one of the favourites for the under 23 AFF under 23 championships that's coming up very soon.
Most of the bulk of this team, wouldn't it?
Most of the squad will be involved in that competition.
Yeah.
And they can take these experiences along with them into that campaign. I mean, Thailand and Vietnam not going anywhere. The challenge is for Indonesia now to rise up to that level. You'd expect Malaysia coming strong in the next campaign as well, and perhaps having more of a stronger squad that they were able to call up for the next campaign. Singapore another side potentially on that. Philippines maybe with a bit more preparation time, and again being able to call up a stronger squad will be another team that will be a huge threat. So there's been a lot of issues around some of the teams in terms of the preparations coming into this.
Here's Roller going strong. Buildin had no choice but to put it out of play. He's been the veteran of this side, shall we say.
And that's what Roller gives you. Pace, energy, in the wider positions. It's a lot of fun. Roller.
Came into this tournament late, flew in from Germany. He's been very much on the ball whenever he's taken to the pitch. There the fans, you saw a little shot of them there. The Thai fans are certainly having a real blast. There you go. There's a great view of them. Here's Tiraton. Kutsada now joining the party. Stands the ball up. Almost away. Tiraton having a go.
And they're just all over Indonesia at the moment. They're picking up these second balls, these loose balls. And Kutsada, he's got comfortable enough that he can get forward and join in these attacks. Just one back by Thailand. Tiraton deciding, that's opened up for me, why not have a shot at goal?
Touch on there from Chanatip, so aware, isn't he? Adisak waiting for Narubadan to make that run, and here he is. They have fitted so seamlessly in this squad whenever they're called upon. And it's been so good to watch.
You can identify the style with Thailand, whether it's the team of the second 11, whoever comes in, they know exactly what their roles are, what they're supposed to do, which positions they're supposed to occupy, and that's great coaching. That's great coaching. I mean, credit to the players as well for being able to take that on board and adapting to that.
Well, the interesting thing that's come out, Roshan, in the last couple of days is that he's only contracted Manipok until the end of this tournament, and he said there have been no talks for now, because of course they're totally focused on finishing this job here. But he has said this, which is quite interesting. He said, of course, if you look at the number of touches there, Tiraton was that the most as Indonesia come forward. This which is quite interesting. He said, of course, if you look at the number of touches there, Tiraton was that the most as Indonesia come forward, and it's found the far corner. A well taken goal from Egy Maulana out of the
And perhaps he's been so comfortable at the back in that goalkeeping position. I'm not sure he's had many touches of the ball in the second half.
Yeah.
But he just switched off. It's not been the best of matches for Siwarak. Best of outings for Siwarak.
Yeah, it could have perhaps done better from that angle, that distance. You'd have thought would have been favourite.
Can they at least go on and try and win it on the night?
Yeah,
Indonesia.
that would give them something, wouldn't it, to hold on to? But I think they've certainly done themselves proud tonight. Here is Hannes. Straight to Klitsada. Just going back to that point I was making about Manu Polking, and he said we want to stay the #1 nation in Southeast Asia, so it's important to have continuity. Hint, hint. And he said he hopes to be part of that because he sees a great future with this side. And he said the success has come down to the players. They've done an unbelievable job. So he's crediting a lot of the players, but I think he's got to take a fair bit of that credit too. It's given them belief again because they had a very poor World Cup qualifying campaign by their standards.
That's right, yeah. Now with his final warning. Referee trying his best not to send anyone off. I think he's made the right call just to have a word with Asnawi. I think that's a legitimate challenge to try and win the ball back. I
think we should also add, Roshan, for these two legs of the final, the officiating has been absolutely fine.
Yes, it has been. It has been fine, and I think second leg of Thailand-Vietnam as well was good. Was really good. Sarat of concern here is feeling his hamstring.
And that might be it for him. Still have one more change to make if they want.
Well, no point risking it. And no point risking it. I mean, the Thais already won.
Yeah, you think, as we look at this goal now, the one that Sarach scored, I thought this was going out of play, Roshan. Perhaps you can
Saatnya kembali menjadi laki terbaik.
Here's Irfan.
Great story, Jane Pop as well. Someone has had to work his way back up to the top level in Thai football. So many times players, you know, they're regarded as quite prospects, losing their way along the way, and then for him to work as hard as he has, get this call up into the national side, and now we're making an appearance in the AFF Suzuki Cup 2020 final. Nice little reward for him.
Kambuaya just wanted that to fall for him.
Nice little battle of strength there between Witan and Pitiwat. Both players going shoulder to shoulder.
Done well there, Irfan. He's still going. Last real push here for the Thais, but Philip Roller. Oh, heavy touch from him.
We're almost there now, Thailand. Sevan Dimas looks to try and get something going.
Asnawi. Flag has gone up for offside on the Indonesian skipper.
Yeah, just a give and go. It's unfortunate there, Asnawi. He's a wonderful footballer, Asnawi. He's just going to get better and better as he gains that experience. But he's got all the right tools. Incredible fighting spirit, great heart. Gets up and down with that right-hand side.
4 minutes left in this match. Here comes Philip Roller. He's been switching between left and right. Been a real live wire. Chanatip. Now Adisak. Here's Roller. Chanatip. Cleared away. Ricky Kambuaya has got no support in the box, but he's done well here. Kambuaya, referee, does not point to the penalty. For a second, for a millisecond.
He fooled us there, didn't he, referee?
I thought so.
I thought he was looking to point to the spot. But Kambuaya again, I mean, I think he's been outstanding. Indonesia's best player, he throws himself to the floor in a desperate attempt to win a penalty. But I'm joking, of course. I would have just given it to him just for his efforts tonight.
We are well and truly into added time here. Stick around if you can, of course, for the nice presentation.
How about that for Wiratep as well? Adding ball-playing central defender to his CV. You know, there are lots of ways to win football matches, but Thailand have done it the best way. The most enjoyable way to watch. It's been a lot of fun. It's how they control and dominate matches, how good the players are, technically and tactically. They might add another one here.
Oh, and that isn't all that far away, is it? Adesak.
They found a wonderful balance in the team, the positions that they take up, these players, and the team structure, the team shape that they've got. Obviously, the players' individual quality making a massive difference. There was an arm left behind from Teroton. Referees
unnecessary. A little bit ugly at the end of this match. Teroton's been told to get back, and a yellow card given quickly by the referee.
The referee quick on the scene. Show Teroton the yellow card. There's an arm thrown out the face of Egi. Still having an argument, Egi and Teroton.
Final chance perhaps for Indonesia. Try and get that third. Not that it would change anything overall. There was a foul in the process, and that will most likely be it.
Mano's already getting ready to celebrate. He's got Wasapon along with him. Arms outstretched. He looked like his lucky outfit. His black shirt, rolled sleeves rolled up, tucked into his jeans.
And clean underwear.
And his same underwear, but clean underwear.
Yes.
His dry cleaners have been working overtime. But it's Thailand here, Shazan.
And there you have it. A record-extending 6th AFF Suzuki Cup for Thailand. They have proved too strong over 2 legs for 6-time losers in the final, Indonesia, who gave it absolutely everything today, but fell short in 2 minutes where as many goals were scored. Thailand, deserving winners, Rich Roshan Wright.
As I said, many ways to win a football match, many ways to win a tournament, but Thailand's way has been absolutely the best way. It has been so enjoyable to watch them. They've controlled everything since the start. They've controlled matches, the way they've set themselves up, the quality that they've shown. Technically, tactically, it's been a brilliant watch and it's been wonderful to analyze. And it's a deserved, really deserved title for Thailand. Back on top, kings of ASEAN, kings of Southeast Asia, kings of the AFF Suzuki Cup. On to bigger and better things now. And it's good to see Thailand sort of back up there. You know, after the last couple of years, where it's not been going too great for them on the international stage. Mano Polking, you mentioned that perhaps his contract's not quite sorted yet. I don't see why.
Get that man a contract.
Get it done.
Absolutely.
Famous words in the world of punditry, right? Put down that contract, let him write whatever he wants on it. I actually think that he won't let us down, Mano Polking, in terms of that comment.
Adesak has done his part, hasn't he? Got the all-important equaliser just to kill things off a little bit. But this team returned to the top of the tree. And they've shown, having been stung really in the last couple of years since the 2018 AFF, where they didn't have all their star players here, that they are kings of Southeast Asia once again. The final score here at the National Stadium is Thailand 2, Indonesia 2. On aggregate, they win 6-2 and take back a 6th AFF Suzuki Cup. So as we await the prize-giving ceremony, the stage being set up there on the National Stadium pitch, as you can clearly see. We look back at what has been a superb tournament from start to finish, twice postponed. As we see Egi Maulana there, who flew in a little bit later than he would have wanted. But he had to complete his league obligations. We're giving the Man of the Match award out very soon indeed. We'll get that sorted out, but they're celebrating at the moment, the Thais. But having it, first of all, Roshan, in a centralised venue, of course, from a COVID point of view, they had to do it. The Thais have had their league go on, haven't they? And they just cut it short. And not too long ago, Manupokeng didn't have that much time with the side, but they've come in and they've prospered in this bubble that we've had to create for this tournament.
They have. I think the benefit of Manu coming in is that he's worked in Thailand for a long time. He's very familiar with the players. He knows all of them. He knows the culture. He understands it very well, and that's crucial. That's vital for a foreign coach coming in to understand the culture that you're getting immersed in and to find a way of working with it. And he's done incredibly well, and it's paid dividends for them in the competition. So we see the Man of the Match award for Ricky Kambuaya, another one I'm happy with.
Yes,
another one I'm happy with. It's a deserved one for Ricky Kambuaya. I think he's been Indonesia's best player. Just unfortunate he was on the unfortunate for him and for Indonesian fans, he was on the losing end. Not on the night, but on aggregate.
So those are your stats, and Thailand really managing to exert far more control in the second half.
Second half was a lot better from Thailand. The way they just controlled and dominated this game. Just a sign of how good a side they are, that they could go up a couple of gears and say, we're going to control this one, we're going to dominate this one, and they did.
Indonesia, they're going over to their fans who've been brilliant throughout, and you know, the word, I think you and I have said it a number of times, that this team needs patience, this needs time. Let them grow, let them flourish.
Absolutely. And without any unnecessary interference, let the team grow, let the younger players go out and develop and try and challenge themselves in other leagues, higher level leagues. It's been a really good positive campaign for Indonesia and the national side. It's a very young team, very young squad. Shin Tae-yong's a highly experienced head coach, knows what he wants out of his team, knows how he wants them to be playing, and I think they've made their fans very happy.
Let's now hear from the winning coach, Manupokeng of Thailand.
Coach, you joined the team not too long ago. How impressed are you with your players over the tournament?
Yeah, I must say they did a fantastic job. I think we play an almost perfect tournament from the beginning. The effort that they put in, the quality of the players, the way they were professional in the right moments. We rotate a lot. They always step in with the same quality. Today we knew would be a little bit psychology difficult. We concede a goal. We keep calm, they come back, they score the 2 goals. Of course we concede another one, but again we construct that win in the first game with a great 4-0 performance, and I am so proud of these players, and of course I am really happy. I hope we gave Thailand a very nice New Year gift and make the people happy, because it's not an easy year with COVID and everything, and I think sometimes football can help to just make the people forget a little bit about the problems, and they are cheering us, supporting us, and we are just, again, so happy that we could make it.
And from your personal point, who has impressed you most in the tournament from Thailand? From your personal point of view, which player has impressed you the most? From your personal view, which player has impressed you the most?
Yes. I would say, again, of course, players like Chanatip, Tiraton, Tirasil, we know that, we know the quality. They are already in the business, well known from everyone, and they are the ones that decide the games in important moments. I don't like to take always one player, but if I can tell you, I believe what Chris Sada did in this tournament for me was the biggest achievement as an individual, because he was not playing in that position in his club. He stepped in as a center back, was winning all the challenge, quality with the ball to build up. That is our style. So I must say that he impressed me a lot. But again, I think that is a victory of a team that really worked very hard from the first day and today got the trophy back to Thailand, where we want to keep it for a very long time.
Thank you very much and congratulations.
You're welcome.
Lovely thoughts there. He just is an infectious, happy kind of guy, isn't he, Rushan? You've spent some time talking to him as well, and there's the team manager, Manapang, being feted by her players.
Yeah, I think it was really great to hear from Mano Polking and what he had to say there when he was asked about who stood out for him as Thailand's MVP, and all the names rolling off his tongue. Chanatip, Tirasin, Tiraton, everyone showing their quality, but Kritsada being the man. And I think that's a player that we picked out as well during the game. And he's absolutely right to praise Kritsada. That young man is going to be a massive player for Thailand for years to come.
Big smile there from Chanatip Songkrasin. Rushan, if you did not know anything about ASEAN football or did not follow any of his teams, you wouldn't know that Kritsada's not a natural centre-back.
No, you wouldn't. If you're just tuning in for the first time, if you don't know that he actually is a central midfielder or defensive midfielder.
What's that theory you have again?
It is. It's easier for central midfielders to play, or defensive midfielders to play in at centre back, than it is for central defenders to play in midfield. They can't do it. I'm telling you. But look, let's go back to these players and the effort that they've put in. And Mano Polking again in that interview saying he thought they played it brilliantly throughout the tournament, throughout the competition. And he's right. He's absolutely right. And I said it. They've been the best team to watch in this AFF Suzuki Cup.
Yeah, they've shown great attacking ability and defensive solidity. And now let's hear from the man of the moment, the captain of Thailand, Chanatip Songkrasin.
Okay, เจนัดสุดท้ายเรียบร้อยเราภารกิจทวงแชมป์ได้สำเร็จมีอะไรพูดกับแฟนบอลชาวไทยครับก็แน่นอนว่าก็ต้องขอบคุณแฟนบอลชาวไทยทุกท่านนะครับที่ให้กำลังใจพวกเราตลอดระยะเวลา1 เดือนมันก็เป็นของขวัญปีใหม่ที่น่าจะดีที่สุดสำหรับปีนี้ที่ผ่านมานะครับแต่ก่อนอื่นว่าผมต้องขอบคุณสตาฟโค้ชผู้จัดการทีมแล้วก็รวมถึงคิสแมนด้วยแล้วก็รวมถึงเพื่อนๆในทีมวันนี้เรามีการสูญเสียคุณพ่อพี่ตองด้วยครับแล้วก็พี่บอยชัดชัยเจ็บทอมเจ็บเอเลียสเจ็บแน่นอนว่าทุกคนที่มาเล่นที่นี่พร้อมช่วยชาติเล่นเพื่อครอบครัวเล่นเพื่อคนที่เรารักแล้วก็พวกเราสามารถทำได้ครับก็ต้องขอบคุณทุกคนที่ทุกคนมีความเกี่ยวข้องพวกเราทำได้แต่พวกเราจะไม่หยุดพัฒนาเพราะเราต้องมองไปให้ไกลกว่านี้ครับขอบคุณครับ
What a tournament he's had, Rushan. Chanatip Songkrasin, he didn't play in the last one in 2018. He was the preceding MVP for the other 2 tournaments. There's a Thai fans celebrating. Preceding the MVP for the other 2 tournaments. There's a Thai fans celebrate there. We'll talk about Chanatip in a short while. We're going to get the Korean perspective, the Indonesian perspective from their Korean coach, Shin Tae-yong, who was trying to be as positive as possible before this. And it'll be interesting to hear what he has to say at the end of it all.
Coach, you topped your group, you got into the final, and now you've had a very courageous final as well. What's the overall assessment of your team?
지금 조 1위로 통과하시고 지금 이렇게 결승전 올라와서 경기를 잘하셨는데 전체적인 우리 팀에 대한 평가, 이 토너먼트를 하시면서 전체적인 팀에 대한 평가 한번 부탁드립니다.
뭐 잘 아시다시피 우리 선수들이 아직 어리고 젊기 때문에 가장 부족했던 경험이 가장 부족했다고 생각하고 마지막 파이널 1차전에서 그 경험이 부족했던 것이 너무나 현실이 드러났고 그렇지만 2차전에 우리 선수들이 남들 최선을 다했던 모습 지금 우리 선수들 성장하고 있는 모습이 너무 좋았기 때문에 이런 큰 대회에서 우리 선수들이 한 발 한 발 다가가고 있고 나가고 있는 모습이 너무 좋았다. 전체적으로 경험과 패기가 우선 최고 좋아지고 있는 모습이 이번 토너먼트에서 우리가 수학이라고 할 수 있다 생각합니다.
As you are most probably as you are aware, our squad is still very young. But then, because of the fact that we are young, the experience was something that was lacking on the squad. But then there was I could see the passion that our young boys had throughout the tournament. And then it was something I was happy to see in our boys that they could go on even when they had difficulties ahead of themselves. So all in all, throughout the tournament, experience is something that we definitely regained, and also I could reconfirm the passion that the boys had to move forward. So that's positive.
You spoke about the passion. Now looking ahead to the AFF Under 23, do you think you guys are favourites to win this competition now?
지금 AFF 23세 대회가 기다리고 있는데요. 지금 감독님이 열정에 대해서 얘기를 하셨는데 이기실 것인지 우승하실 것인지.
우리가 지금 우리 23세 선수들이 지금 대표팀에 20세, 23세 어린 선수들이 기둥이다 보니까 이런 경험을 쌓기 위해서라도 나가서 좋은 경기를 해야 된다. 그리고 그런 시합에 나가서 우승이란 것을 못 따고 나면 선수들이 훨씬 더 자신감 붙기 때문에 우승할 수 있도록 우리도 준비 잘 할 것이다.
The backbone of our team, as you've seen clearly throughout the tournament, is mostly under 20, under 22, under 23 young players. So an opportunity like that for us to be participating in a tournament, I'm sure that if we do well in the tournament, I'm sure that even further development of our football is waiting for us in the future.
Thank you very much and well played.
Thank you.
Yep, it's about the future, isn't it, for this Indonesian side, as has been noted, as we see there the team manager taking it all in, Madam Pang. And now Manu Polking is going to get thrown up in the air with his favourite kit on. Now you could just see the affection they have for him.
Yeah, he's a popular guy. And heard it from Chanatip in his interview earlier as well. He was thanking Manu Polking for his role, the role that he's played in the success of this Thai team in this competition. Lots of smiles. They deserve to be smiling. They deserve to be enjoying themselves. And this man here as well, you know, he's had lots of critics come at him for his time in Thailand with Bangkok United and perhaps not being able to lead them to a title. This will shut lots of critics up, I think, you know, stepping in, but not really that much time coming into this campaign. And not just winning it, but winning it in a wonderful fashion, a really enjoyable style.
Could be one of those quiz questions, isn't it? Which manager has won more international titles than he had at club level, and only having managed for a few months, he's won on his first go at anything. This was his first international stint. Brilliant for him.
You know, he spoke about how important this competition is, how important winning it is, and it gives you time, and instantly you become a hero. And you know, that's what he will be back home. But here's a look at the goal that kicked things off. Ricky Kambuaya, first of all, was keeping it on target. It was a mistake from Siwarak, but a really encouraging start from Indonesia. And for the neutrals watching this one, We thought Indonesia would just be giving us something to get excited about, but Thailand exerted their control and the dominance. The goal there from Adisak, and then here from Saraj, going into the back of the net off a deflection of Asnawi, and then this is a really good finish from Egy Maulana. Hence 2-all on the night. 6-2.
6-2 on aggregate. It is the biggest win by any team, any country in the AFF Suzuki Cup over 2 legs. Biggest aggregate win.
6 goals for the sixth title.
Yeah, a lot of sixes in this. 6th time that Indonesia have not won. And there's a number 6, Saraj Yuyan, who's also up and about now. He had that injury a little bit earlier on. As they now await the prize ceremony, which everything looks to be pretty much ready to go here at the National Stadium. Thailand now looking to try and qualify for the Asian Cup, Roshan, and that's their next big gig, as it were.
It has to be about progression. It has to be about taking that next step. Yes, regional champions, kings of Southeast Asia again, but it cannot and should not end here. There needs to be a progression in their play, and needs to be a progression in their level, and that's where they'll see themselves at. You know, getting back amongst the elite of Asian football, and that's where they see themselves, aren't they? And that's the challenge. That's the key. They're trying to take that next step, trying to move up to that level.
Even Chanatik made the mention of it, that he was Thais still struggling a little bit beyond Southeast Asia, and now smiles, and it's good to see from the Indonesians.
It has been a very good performance from the Indonesians. It's been an enjoyable campaign for them, and I mean, they deserve to smile. They do. It's a young team, a young squad. It's got a big bright future ahead of them if they get things right. You know, if they aren't distracted, if the development isn't interfered with, they can get players overseas. Lots of ifs coming up, but the talent is there, the squad is there. They have players capable of making that next step up in their development and carrying the team forward. And they've got a really good head coach in Shin Tae-yong, who's very experienced. So, I mean, let's see what the future holds, but the signs are really bright for Indonesia.
Yeah, it's got another couple of years on his contract at the moment, Shin Tae-yong. Supposedly the best paid coach in the region as well. As we see the VIPs now line up as we start to give those awards out. All, of course, nicely spaced out. So we await then the first tokens of appreciation, which is going to be for the officials. As we said, Roshan, I think a very good job the last 3 matches in particular.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think he's done a good job. We haven't had to talk about the referees much, which is perfect for me. I don't think they should be the focus of things, but yeah, they've done a good job.
Ahmad Faisal Muhammad Al Ali from Jordan, assisted today by Ahmed Mansour Samara Musen, Hamza Abdel Ahmad Abdulaid. These are all from Jordan, and the 4th official today, Muhammad Khalid Al Hosh from Saudi Arabia, and they're presented these tokens of appreciation by Mr. Winston Lee, the AFF General Secretary. And he also gets to autograph the ball. Oh, they're all getting their ball signed. Next up, as we mentioned, for the AFF, the Under-23 tournament to be held in Cambodia in mid-February. As we've talked about there, Indonesia will go in there, whether they want to admit it or not, as the big favourites. The draw has been made a few days ago. Indonesia with a pretty good group. Thailand with Vietnam and Singapore in a group of 3. That'll be interesting.
Safe to say this is the longest I've ever seen referees being awarded their tokens of appreciation.
It's normally done fairly briskly, isn't it?
Yeah. And you know what's great is the crowd around here. You know, normally when referees get awarded these tokens, the whole stadium goes against them.
Yeah.
And it's a negative reception, but no one here has been booing them.
Especially given the context as well.
Yeah.
This is good to see. And there's a lot of talk about VAR coming in to the next edition of the AFF Suzuki Cup. Let's see if that happens. I think it will be a tremendous boost for the tournament.
It will be, but there's lots of things involved with getting it together. The referees deserve their moment in the spotlight.
Now for the Fair Play Award. Indonesia get the Fair Play Award. Evan Dimas is going up. That's a little surprising as they had the most fouls in the tournament.
And they've escaped bookings, which is an art. Well done to Indonesia for winning the Fair Play Award.
When you're the runner-up and you get the Fair Play Award, it's always hard, isn't it? And he's been presented the trophy there by Mr. Lim Kia Tong, the AFF Vice President, also President of the Football Association of Singapore and Chairman of the local organising committee. And, I think it's been very, very well organised in the end, Roshan.
Oh, yes. It has been incredibly well organised. It's a credit to all the organisers, all the people who've worked so incredibly hard to put this competition together. It's been a wonderful, wonderful competition. Everything has been smooth, everything has been well organised.
The top scorer award. There were 4 players who got 4 goals each. Thanatip Songkrasin and Tirisan Dangda there from Thailand, Safari Rasid from Malaysia and Bienvenido Marañón from the Philippines. Of course, these are the only 2 here still in Singapore. They will go up to collect that award. Also to be presented by Mr. Lim Kia Tong.
Fascinating, isn't it? I mean, 4 players winning the Golden Boot Award. Good luck sharing that.
Split it down the middle. And there's a nice little check there of $2,500 US. I hope that's going to get split as well, 4 ways.
Put that in a team fund or a charity fund, perhaps.
Tirasin went off at half-time. I was wondering whether he would have been up there still because Chanatip was on the pitch.
And they're discussing now what they're going to do with this.
Are we going to contact Maranyon and Safawi?
Once again, congratulations to our gold winners. And congratulations to Tirasin Nanda as well for becoming all-time goal scorer of the AFF Suzuki Cup.
Well, Chanatip better not go too far away.
And now the AFF MVP trophy goes to the player from Thailand, Chanatip Songkrasin.
No surprises. Chanatip Songkrasin is the most valuable player of the AFF Suzuki Cup 2020, reclaiming that award that he won both in 2014 and 2016.
Yeah, gets a big roar from the crowd. I don't think anyone can have too many complaints about this, his impact on the Thai side and just his overall play. Although I think perhaps he could have looked at maybe Kritsada, who has been a consistent performer for Thailand throughout this campaign. Can't really complain about that, can you? Chanatip winning the MVP award.
It's a record-extending third time that he has won the award. Chanatip, which is a fantastic achievement, as you get a check there of $10,000 US presented to him by Ms. Rosanna Arshad, the Assistant Director of Nursing at Tan Tock Seng Hospital. I think that's a lovely gesture as well.
Yeah.
Just a nod to the frontliners who've really been at the forefront of things here during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah, they've been MVPs themselves, haven't they? And
I like that, absolutely true.
And again, we spoke about this, I think, at the start of the campaign, or one of the other matches in this campaign, where the bigger picture of the situation around the world and the fact that you mentioned this competition has been postponed twice, and still we've been able to hold it now. And it's because of the wonderful work of the frontliners around the globe, around the world. And we are where we are at the moment. Things have certainly improved. And we hope the positives continue.
Yeah, and I think Manu Poking also said it, didn't he, as well, that we just hope we've given people a little bit of joy and distraction over this time. Here are the semi-finalists. Vietnam pick up a check of $50,000 US as a representative for Vietnam, presented to him by Mr. Winston Lee, the AFF General Secretary. And we should get a pretty decent reception as well for the other losing semi-finalist, of course, who captured the imagination and almost pulled off what would have been one of the stories of the tournament. There you go, there's a reception, because Singapore get the other $50,000 US check. It's been collected by Mr. Lim Kia Tong, who's the president of the Football Association of Singapore. Nine-man Singapore, almost beaten. They came within a missed penalty in the 88th minute of getting into the final. And that one will certainly be a classic for many, many years to come. Always a tough walk when you're a runner-up. So Indonesia led there by Egy Maulana. That's interesting. He's leading the players up. Indonesia, who have fought so hard and have missed out once again on getting a winner's medal. That is never easy. Runners-up, as you can see there. Straight runners-up for 3 editions between 2000 and 2004, then 2010, 2016, and again the 2020 edition.
Tough one to take. As a nation, 6 finals, 6 times silver medalists. But as I said, I think the difference is you've got a very young side, very young squad here that has the potential to grow. I just hope we're not, a couple of years down the line, wondering again why Indonesia haven't been able to take that next step. But in terms of this campaign, if we're just looking at this, you look at the campaign that they've put in, the effort that they've put in this team, I think they've made people back home very proud. I think Indonesians can be really proud of this team, this young team with plenty of potential and quality. And again, the challenge is just taking the next step. Will they be given those opportunities to do that?
Yeah, there were some limitations ahead of this tournament, and during the tournament as well, as we saw today. But they have certainly won a lot of fans as well with their brand of football. Madeo, who was not even scheduled to start for his country, a couple of twists and turns helped him become quite the hero for Indonesia, and particularly savouring that penalty. There is so much potential in this side. They are one of the youngest squads in the AFF Suzuki Cup. Shin Tae-yong has to stay in the job, I think that's clear. Continuity is absolutely key in these sort of circumstances. And he's been a real breath of fresh air as well in those press conferences, hasn't he?
He has. I think it's been very good amongst the coaches, and with the press conferences, what they've said. It's been fascinating to watch that little battle between the coaches in those situations, you know. Things they say about each other. He tried to get under Manapol King's skin a little bit.
Just listen to that, Roshan, as we just hear the crowd roar. They like him, they really like him. And Dato Sri Francisco Kalbuwadile, the AFF Vice President and Chairman of the AFF Competitions Committee, giving out all those medals, and now the mock check of $100,000 US for the runners-up Indonesia.
Yeah, they should be happy with him, the work that he's done, Shin Tae-yong, to take Indonesia into the final of this competition. You know, again, remember in the previews, in the build-up to this, not too many people would have expected Indonesia to go all this way. He's done a wonderful job against the odds.
And now, the big moment here, the one many Thai fans have been waiting for. Chanatip Songkrasin. Going up. Teammates letting him go up first. And there they are, the 6 times they've won this: 1996, 2000, 2002. Then there was a big break, wasn't there? Singapore and Malaysia ruled supreme, 2014, 2016, and now 2020, where they will feel they have reclaimed their rightful place at the top of the ASEAN tree. And it's not just that they've won it, Roshan, it's just the way they have won this tournament.
They've won it in style. And a lot of fun to watch this Thailand squad. You see,
only 4 nations have ever won this. Thailand extending their record to 6. Singapore 2nd with 4th. Vietnam 2, 1 for Malaysia. Manapol King will get and should get the plaudits here.
Yeah, just looking at Chanatip and Mano as well, just giving each other a hug, and Chanatip was full of praise for Manapol King. He appreciates the work that he's done with this team and how he's led them to the title. Mano letting all his players go up first, receive their medals, all his coaching staff ahead of him.
Chachai on his crutches after that injury. Yeah, the guys who've been in the wars, haven't they? But Richard, a bit injured. Patompon as well, didn't feature today. Elias Gola limping.
They've all played their part.
Absolutely. Every one of them has had a chance. I don't think any squad can say that here in this tournament. And he has juggled and mixed things around beautifully. Manu Polking, as they get all their awards from Major General Qube Samet, the AFF President and Chairman of the AFF Tournament Committee. And they also collect a winner's check of $300,000 US. That's a nice tidy sum, isn't it? And now the trophy to be presented to the Thai skipper Chanatip Songkrasin. What a tournament he has had yet again. Here we go. And here are your AFF Suzuki Cup 2020 champions, Thailand. For a record-extending 6th time, they celebrate being the champions of Southeast Asia.
You know, it's great to see when the players and the coaches get a chance to get the trophy, because it should be about them. They're the ones who put in the effort on the pitch, on the training ground, in the bubble. They deserve to lift the trophy. They worked hard for moments like this. Thailand deserved winners. Great to see Chanatip getting the chance to lift that trophy. Manu Polking as well.
Brilliant scenes for the Thai team, and I'm sure celebrations in Thailand as well, and the huge diaspora. They reclaim their title, the title they always feel that they should get. They should be at the top of the front of the queue. And this will be a great moment for the country. 6 times they've done it, having come excruciatingly close to getting into the final last time, missing out, and they will have their name etched onto that again. Many congratulations to Thailand. Big smiles all around for the Thais, and Manu Polking and his team have done a superb job. Chanatip, who came in from Japan, absolutely delighted. Your final thoughts, Roshan?
It's been a great campaign. I think it's been very enjoyable. You know, looking at all these teams, some of the matches that we've had have been absolute classics. I think back to Indonesia, Malaysia 4-1. That's Singapore, Indonesia, Thailand against Vietnam over 2 legs was a tactical masterclass from Manu Polking, and then the final over the 2 legs, complete control from Thailand. It has been a wonderful tournament, a wonderful competition, and thank you to the frontliners, and I'm glad this one was able to take place with such success.
Very well summed up there, Roshan Rai. And from all of us here, Roshan, myself, Shazad Haq, and the entire team, and everyone who's worked on this tournament, thank you so much for joining us over the last month or so. We look forward to seeing you at the next AFF Suzuki Cup.